What was it like with MacDougall coming in?
It was like, personally, I don't think we would have won if it wasn't for him. Like, I think he was probably the best coach I've had. Like, he was unbelievable, and I don't even know how to explain it. Like, we didn't change our systems overly much, so like there was a lot in place from our old coach, but I think it was just the way he motivates the team, how he's able to do that, and he can get everyone bought into what he wants, and what he wants works. Obviously, the guy's track record's unbelievable, but he was just able to motivate us to want it more than I think we did. And I mean, we all bought in, and the chemistry over that month just was crazy between our team. And I think, like I said, I don't think we would have won without him. He was unbelievable.
Yeah, I would say like every guy, I think he made just love coming to the rink. And like, you know, we kind of we did a training camp for a month, and I remember day one just pushing those sleds like back and forth. Like the boys kind of knew we were in for one, but he did a really good job of like just making everyone like love coming to the rink. And kind of once all the guys kind of got to know him, it just got better because we kind of just got more comfortable and stuff, because it's tough. You bring a new guy in like in a short span of time, but he really just dove right into it, and he really gelled us together. Like we were a tight-knit group, you know, throughout that whole like month sort of thing. He did a really good job of bringing us together. Like we were a completely different team. For how many games did we play? 4. We played 4 games in the tournament. We were, you know, I think if we had played like that in the playoffs, like we probably could have won it too, right? So
Wow.
we were I would say a completely different team. Even though we didn't, like Cam said, we didn't change that much. It's just we were way more like motivated, and everyone was, you know, accountable, and it was just awesome. Yeah.
Was there an intimidation factor at the very beginning when he came in? Like everyone trying to impress him? Like, does he know I'm supposed to be here? Like, does he know I'm supposed to be on the power play? Does he know I'm supposed to, or did he just kind of come in and accept everyone for who they were, or what type of player they were?
Yeah, like I mean, he came in and accepted everybody, but like he didn't change that much. Like
No.
he switched the lines around a little bit, like played with him for the first week, but he's like, you guys know who you play well with, so why would I change it really? So I mean, he did a good job where like you were still playing with guys that you've played with all year, so like you're used to playing with the guy, but maybe you get thrown into an extra situation where you didn't during the season. So
Yeah.
I mean, there was a couple new things that some guys had to do, but I think everyone did their job perfect and was able to mesh into those situations. But I mean, the intimidation factor, I remember me, Zach, and the other guy that lived with us drove up on a Sunday, and we got in, everyone was tired, and then we had a meeting to go to in St. John, so we go there. And I think we heard rumors it was going to be him coaching, but they didn't announce it yet. They wanted us to meet him. And he came in and put all his rings down on the table that he won in the national championship. I was like, all right.
Laid it out all
we,
on the line.
we need to get another one. It was, it was a good entrance.
Wow.
Yeah, he that first meeting at the hotel, like when we first met him, and the crazy thing is like we went home for a week and a half, and we didn't hear a peep until on the way home, or on the way back, like about an hour out. I think one of our buddies texted us like, hey, like I heard a rumor that like Gardiner MacDougall's going to be your coach, and we're like, what? Like none of the guys on the team heard anything. And then about 20 minutes later, our GM texts us like, hey, like be at the hotel like for 7, we have a meeting. And we're like, no, like it's all changing. But no, he made a great first impression. Like Cam said, he laid out all those rings, and I remember I think he showed that like video of one of the UMB guys partying after, and like that just gets you fired up. You know what I mean? Like it's like you want to be doing that, right? So he's good. He's good like that.
I remember 2 years ago, maybe it was 3 years ago. When did COVID happen? March 2020. So when UNB came to Halifax for the U Sports Championship, he was at a press conference with all the other coaches, and they just kind of went down the line of coaches talking about their team, talking about how excited they were for the tournament. And he was at the very end, and each coach probably took like 5 minutes just to say their piece. MacDougall probably took 10 minutes, and before talking about himself, he talked about every other team and broke down every other team before talking about his team. So every other coach was like, holy smokes, this guy knows my team inside and out. And then eventually he talked about his own team. One of the most impressive press conferences I've ever seen. The guy just breathes hockey.
Yeah, I mean, before he came into it, like he knew what he was getting himself into. He told us, you know, he's watched us play a bunch over the year, right, and recruiting guys and stuff like that. That's his job too, right? So he knew what he was getting like himself into, and he didn't. That's why he didn't have to really change anything, because he knew what he was getting. And for me, like, the intimidation factor was just like the workouts and like the intensity and stuff. Like, we knew like it was going to be grueling and stuff. That was the only, like, I wasn't like, I don't think many of the guys were a bit like intimidated by him or anything like that, but like we were
because you can make mistakes if you're intimidated, right?
But he knew, like, he knew how like good our team was and stuff, right? It was just getting that gel and the motivation. He knew what he had to do, and he did it. So